In ancient Egypt, the gods played a key role in people's daily lives. The gods of the Egyptians were often considered the embodiment of natural phenomena and forces. The Egyptians had a pantheon of many gods and goddesses. Some gods were revered more than others in different regions of the country. The god Ra was one of the most revered and important gods of ancient Egypt. He was a solar god and was considered the creator of the world. Osiris was the god of the afterlife and death, and also symbolized fertility and resurrection. Isis was the goddess of motherhood, magic, and love. Geb was the god of the earth, and Nut was the goddess of the sky. The goddess Mat personified order, justice, and truth. That god was the god of wisdom, magic, and writing. The god Sobek was the patron saint of the military and hunters. The goddess Bastet symbolized domestic cats, joy, and protection. Some gods had animals that were sacred to them. An example of a sacred animal is the dog of the god Anubis, the monkey Thoth, the crocodiles of the god Sobek. The Egyptians believed in life after death and performed elaborate funeral rites and mummification of the dead. The gods were often depicted in art and sculpture. The depiction of the gods in art had a symbolic meaning. The Egyptians performed rituals and sacrifices to the gods to appease them. The gods of the Egyptians were imperfect and had human features. The Egyptians sometimes had several gods representing different aspects of life. The characters of ancient Egyptian mythology were often associated with historical events and legends. Some of the gods and goddesses were family-related. Many gods had their own temples and sanctuaries where religious ceremonies were held. The gods were sometimes represented in the form of giant sculptures, for example, the statue of Ramesses II or the Sphinx. The Egyptians believed that the gods could influence fate and everyday events. Miracles and powerful powers were attributed to the gods. Many gods had their own symbols and sacrificial objects. The Egyptians worshipped the gods through prayers, rituals, and sacrifices.